Hello everyone, my name is Colleen and welcome back to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today I am touring the island of Meribella by Kathy or Vampire Lady on Twitter. I love that handle so much. I'll put it on the screen right here for you. And I will be sure to just link her YouTube channel in the description for everybody. So, as you can probably tell, we've got a mermaid theme going on here. From what I remember from when I was talking to Kathy, she had mentioned it's a mermaid kind of Atlantis theme, and I definitely got that when I was running around, especially the Atlantis part. Now, the movie I absolutely love. So I had some expectations going into this tour, and I will say she did not disappoint one bit. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love all of the design codes that she used too. Okay, let's get going. As you can see, we're kind of at the front of this beautiful structure that she's made at the front here. Also a good time to go through the map, which I forgot I was going to do. But so many good villager choices. Once we get to the back of the island and you see how they're kind of organized, it's even more perfect. Absolutely love how like the back row is like all of the like the cold ones, you know, it looks all frozen with the ice and everything. It's so nice. So there you can see me kind of getting stuck in all of the pergolas. Pergolas. See it however you want. Sucker, my man. I think with a lot of villagers, it's like you love them or you hate them. But I feel like Zucker's even more so like that. And I love him. Same with Marina. I have her on my new island. She's one of my cutest ones. For some reason, Mr. Nintendo has not been in my favor really. But maybe this is just forcing me to love some of the other villagers, you know? Could turn out best or better for me. Like, look how cool having that bubble machine behind the shell bud looks. You would never know there's a bubble machine. Looks like it's supposed to be there. It actually would be so cool if that was part of the item. Just have bubbles coming out of it. As you can see too throughout this video, I get distracted a lot and I took a lot of pictures. I think it ended up being like over 50. But I did have to cut out some portions because it was literally just me taking forever with taking pictures. Which within a couple days I will be posting a couple micro island tours. One for my previous tour of Aralea and then one for Meribella. Oh my gosh, they sound so nice together too. It's like perfect. And if you haven't seen the previous video, go take a look. Especially today, I know it's like really hot where I am. So the previous one is of a winter island. Maybe it'll help you cool down a little bit, you know? The use of all of the shell partitions looks so nice on the cliff sides, especially with the custom designs that she chose, like I mentioned. It's like a stained glass almost. Love it. Same with just everything being surrounded by waterfalls. That's what I meant with like the Atlantis feel. I feel like it's really convincing. Julian, what a guy. I actually had him on my very first island, on Smile Isle. I never realized how lucky I was. Had to speed it up a little bit there because my dogs were going wild when I was trying to do this tour. Happens a couple times actually, but I don't have to mention it every single time. To praise the star of the sea. Now I do have a question, or a hypothesis too, I suppose. So I imagine, because there's this walkway that you're going to see shortly, that leads up to a moon. Is that the Star of the Sea that we're referring to? I would think so, because I don't know. It looks like it's very fitting. So now we'll take a quick look at the little museum area here. I like too how the color scheme is what I meant to say, is is changed up a little bit for the museum area. It's more of like the browns and the blues. We've got the ivory shells, which those are kind of throughout the island, but the blues and the browns not so much. And then same with these like little islands that are off to the side that have the fountains and all of those other shell partitions, just with the different customizations, obviously. Like, look at that view too in the background. Just everything being lined with the shell lamps looks so nice. Alrighty. So once I took a look at my map and found out where I was going, we move onward in the wrong direction. And I had to check my map again somehow. And there's nowhere really for me to get lost. I really don't know how I questioned myself, but hey, that is completely fine. So satisfying just running along that long waterfall. Looks so cool. So here's me zooming in a little bit on the custom designs because, again, I think that they look stinking good. Stinking good. I guess it's kind of like an oxymoron. But they look amazing. And I love the ones that are in between the stairs there too. Those ones are so, so pretty. Like, I just want to put them on like a simple panel or something. And look at this. Freaking gorgeous. And all of those sea globes. Just love all of the design choices. They all fit together so nicely. And then that, which you just got a peek of, is the Star of the Sea that I was mentioning, that we praise. And I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. Especially with what it's set up on. Like it just makes sense. It honestly to me kind of looks like a pearl with craters. If a pearl had craters. But just expand your imagination a little bit, you know. Look at that. That could be a pearl. Just a little bit scuffed up. I think for a while I was trying to figure out the best angle for the camera. So just bear with me for a little bit while I do that. Like, look at how cool that looks. With the sea globes all the way across. Man. See, this is why I still love Animal Crossing so much. Because, like, no matter how many islands you go to, which I know I haven't been making videos forever, but I do see a lot of posts about people's islands. But no matter how many you tour or how many you see, there's always going to be something completely different that you've never thought of. Like in this essay, Mr. Nintendo, please, at the next direct, apologize for what you have done and give us another update. Do it, please. I know I've seen other people tweeting about it, so as you can see, I am now at Nook's Cranny. This one has more of the, like the brown and yellow too. I love the designs that are on the street lamps with the banners, little mermaids. Also, just that customization for the shell fountain and shell partition with that fountain in particular, like the larger stone one. So perfect. But yeah, take a look at those. Looks so cool. And I will say, with the sun setting in the background like that, I think that this picture is pretty cool. Might be one of my favorites, not gonna lie. All right. So moving along, just gonna go check out the rock at the back here, which this matches the basement in her house so nicely. And just wait until you see it. Oh my god, it is so. I keep saying the word cool. I need to think of a different word. It's so neat or interesting. Like, I don't know. Because I think for the polishing, um, whatever that's called. Oh my gosh. The polishing tool, I guess, that you learned from Happy Home Paradise. I'm pretty sure you can do like custom designs and stuff for them. And that's used for some bubbles and for some fairies. And oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. But let's focus on the task at hand right now, which is we're running through the residential area, which is completely lined, as you can see, with all of these, like the ruined seat item, shell lamps, varying customizations, like everything you could possibly imagine. And then all of the houses are kind of matching. Like, it looks so nice. Like the alternating from the red to the, I don't even remember what that one is called. Pearl, I think. And then here is the icy layer, which I mentioned at the beginning, which I love. I love. Like those like those pillar items to begin with. The ice ones. Oh my gosh. Having a hard time talking right now. There's just too much for me to look at, so I'm just excited. But you have like the ice fence and the pillars and then the ice sculptures. Like it all looks so good with this particular theme. But you wouldn't always think to put them together, but it works. Same with those custom signs that are on the cube lights that are up there and like underneath the little snow boy statue things. I'm very good at remembering the names of things. Nothing has changed though. It all looks good. Okay, so we're in for a treat because all of the houses are actually decorated. Of course, not everybody's home, so I just go in the ones that I can. But as you can see, it is a complete treat. Look at how cute this is. And the use of those neon lights is like beyond perfect. Like it is so, so cute. Cute! Okay, so moving on to the next. And before I even get there, I will say I'm pretty sure I forgot to say hello to all of the villagers in the houses that I go to visit. So I'm so sorry in advance to all of these little cuties, but I was just distracted by how cool their houses were. So it's not completely my fault. Now look at how cute this little arcade is. For some reason, it being like in a city too just seems to be very fitting. Or at the very least, it matches with the arcade games really well, so it works. Same with that throwback rocket. It's perfect. Here's Zucker. Nobody's home. So we go down to the next level. And I believe next we'll be visiting Flora, if I'm remembering correctly. And it is. And again, she has a very fitting home. She's got some flamingo friends hanging out with her too in the oasis. I just love how all of the villager homes have such clear themes for themselves. Because obviously, when they move to our islands, they have their like preset house, whether it's like when they're a really early villager, if they're a little bit later in the pack, but they're all kind of the preset ones, obviously. So it's nice having like separate themes for all of them once you finally unlock that opportunity, anyways. Now, is this Cephalobot? Not yet. Octavian. And I love that that's the shirt he's wearing in this too. It's so good. All about that gold, baby. I love the pirate ship wall. It's like such a good one. Especially too for like accent walls, depending on what you're building, of course, but enjoy me accidentally going through all of the filters. And then now I believe we get to go see Cephalobot, which Cephalobot has my favorite house on this island. It is so freaking cool. I'm going to say the word cool again. Look at this. It is so freaking neat. I'll use the word cool and the word neat. But obviously everything just matches him perfectly because he is a robot. Just all of the sci-fi stuff. Like, ugh. So cool. Just enjoy this for a little bit because I'm probably just going to keep repeating myself. Alrighty. So we're done with the villager houses. Unfortunately, honestly, because I would have loved to look at every single one of them. Me gazing at the map really quickly, noticing that I get to finally go to her house, which again is matching the theme, of course. I just love this little section for the house too. Like that particular customization of the shell fountain, shell bed, shell lamp, all of that stuff is so good with the door and the roof of the house. Plus it's matching the coral and that sea globe too. Like, wonderful. Now look at how cool. Like, I wonder how many times I've said cool. It's probably a lot. Just amazing though. And those little bubbles are perfect. So moving on to the next room. Oh, this is a really cool like clock, library library area. I don't know what else to call it, but I really like it. And I love the design that's on the wall too. Where are the art majors out there? Who recognizes it? I know I do, but the name of the artist is escaping me right now. Okay. Onto this beautiful little bedroom here with all of the mermaid items, or almost all of them anyways. Like, it's just so calming. More of those little bubbles for the polish, like I mentioned. Just makes everything look so perfect. And I also just really love the mermaid wall. Like, I think that it's like, I'm wondering if it's a similar shell to the sci-fi one. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it has like a similar what's the word I'm looking for here? Like the liquid in the glass tubes. Oh my gosh. Someone's going to make fun of me for that. It's okay. Um, but it looks really similar and has a similar outline, and like the bottom half of it is kind of cut off like that too for the control panel. That's all I'm saying, you know? Now, this is the basement that I was talking about, and how freaking cool it is. It's like mushroom forest core, but even more whimsical than you could imagine you could make it. Like having the multiple colors of the glowing moss at the top is perfect. Or the whatever it is, the glowing moss garland, whatever it's called. And then if I can direct your attention to the bottom right of the screen, look at those little fairies. Are you kidding me? Like, it is just amazing. Just so beyond cute that I don't even know what words to choose. Okay, and now we are in the last bedroom, or the last room of the house, I meant to say. And we've got a very fancy, very royal kind of bedroom space. Very different from the rest of the house, but again, like sticking with the whole idea of keeping everything one theme in a particular room, say. I think it looks so nice. Don't mind the top of my head at the very bottom of the picture. I may have ended up cutting that part out. I love that wall too. I'm pretty sure it's still called the Exquisite Wall, but it's one of my favorite ones. It's so, so pretty. Alrighty, and we are back outside, ready to adventure through the rest of the island. Here we can see Kathy again, just hanging out in her beautiful creation. Speaking of beautiful creations, look at this little spot. Again, we've got that melting clock design on the ground there. And now we know that that's Dolly, so we're just living and learning here, you know? I love this water design too that she used on the beaches. Looks so nice. And just with the colors too, it looks like just the freshest water. We got some more gears. I love that design. It's really pretty. I don't know what possessed me to zoom in on it like that, but you have to get a good look at it, you guys. Another beautiful little area. I think it's matching the other side now that I'm thinking about it. Man, all of these gold roses too. Like, everything's so pretty. Same with those Pisces lamps. Love those. So that's just the other side of this really large building that I had gone in at the very beginning, but just on the right side. And it appears as though we have reached the end of our tour here. Thank you again to Kathy for contacting me and just letting me look at this beautiful island for the video here. I so appreciate it. And to everybody else here, thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten this far, if you can like or subscribe, I really appreciate it. Be sure that you go follow Kathy on Twitter, and I've got her YouTube channel linked in the description as well. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.